Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Happy Tuesday. My name is Juanita Williams. I am a purpose conduit. I am the link to life beyond pain and the channel to discovering purpose. And this is today's Tuesday Truths. So I thought we were finished with faith, but we are going to be continuing with faith today. And today we're going to be talking about the faith of the Roman soldier, which can be found in Luke, the 7th chapter, verses 1 through 10. So let's talk about the background of the Roman soldiers back in the Bible times. So the Roman military was known in history for its might and power. During the time of Christ, Rome controlled the Bible lands. So we would expect them, to be mentioned throughout the New Testament, and they are. Roman soldiers were always around, keeping the peace, enforcing the law, and guarding things and people. We are told about Roman soldiers who crucified Jesus, and you can find that story in John, the 19th chapter, Luke, the 23rd chapter, Mark, the 15th chapter, and Matthew, the 27th chapter. We are told about Roman soldiers who stopped a mob from beating Paul to death and then took him into custody and guarded him. And that's Acts. You can find that in Acts, the 21st chapter, 23rd chapter, and the 27th chapter. And we hear about Roman soldiers who guarded Peter in prison. You can find that in Acts, the 12th chapter, and who guarded Paul at the end of his life. And you can find that in Acts, the 28th chapter. We also hear about the faith of one Roman soldier. And as I told you before, you can find that story in Luke, the 7th chapter. So let's begin there. Luke 7, first verse says this, and I'm reading from the New Living Translation. When Jesus had finished saying all this to the people, he returned to Capernaum. You might be wondering, what was Jesus saying to the people? So in order to find out what Jesus was saying to the people, let's go back to Luke, the 6th chapter, and we'll start at the 46th verse. And it says, "So why do you keep calling me Lord, Lord, when you don't do what I say? I will show you what it's like when someone comes to me, listens to my teaching, and then follows it. It is like a person building a house who digs deep and lays the foundation on solid rock. When the floodwaters rise and break against that house, it stands firm because it is well built. But anyone who hears and doesn't obey is like a person who builds a house right on the ground without a foundation. When the floods sweep down against the house, it will collapse into a heap of ruins." So that's what Jesus was talking to the people about, having a solid foundation. So building your relationship with him on a solid foundation. So when Jesus had finished saying all this to the people, he returned to Capernaum. At that time, the highly valued slave of a Roman officer was sick and near death. When the officer heard about Jesus, he sent some respected Jewish elders to ask him to come and heal his slave. So they earnestly begged Jesus to help them, to help the man. "If anyone deserved your help, he does," they said, "for he loves the Jewish people and even built a synagogue for us." So Jesus went with them. But just before they arrived at the house, the officer sent some friends to say, "Lord, don't trouble yourself by coming to my house, for I am not worthy of such an honor. I am not even worthy to come meet you. Just say the word from where you are, and my servant will be healed. I know this because I am under the authority of my superior officers, and I have authority over my soldiers. I only need to say go, and they go, or come, and they come. And if I say to my slaves, do this, they do it." When Jesus heard this, he was amazed. Turning to the crowd that was following him, he said, "I tell you, I haven't seen faith like this in all Israel. And when the officer's friends returned to his house, they found the slave completely healed. Completely healed. Now let's talk about that Roman soldier again. All he had to say was told Jesus to say, just say the word. Just say the word right from where you are. You don't have to come all the way to my house because I'm not worthy. He didn't feel that he was worthy. He didn't find himself worthy even to be in the presence of Jesus. So he just said, say the word where you are and my servant will be healed. This Roman soldier, he knew the authority of Jesus and he used himself to demonstrate it by saying, I know this. And he's talking about the power and authority because he also had power and authority over the officers that he was over. He said, I have authority over my soldiers. And all I need to do is say, go and they go, or come and they come. And with his slave as well, if I say do this, they do it. So he knew if he had that authority, Jesus' authority had to be much greater. It had to be much greater. That's why he told him, yo, don't even come. Don't come to my house. Just stay where you are and say the word, and my slave will be healed. Even Jesus was amazed at the Roman soldier's great faith. He said, I tell you, I haven't seen faith like this in all Israel. All Israel. So my question to you and myself, do you have faith like the Roman soldier? Something to ponder. Jesus said in Matthew 17 and 20, and I'm reading from the New Living Translation, you don't have enough faith. Jesus told them, I tell you the truth. If you had faith, even as small as a mustard seed, you could say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it would move. Nothing would be impossible. So, I have another question. What is blocking your faith? Is it unbelief? What's blocking your faith? So now let's go to Mark, the 9th chapter, verses 21 through 24. So in context, there was a man that took his child to the disciples to get him delivered, to get demons cast out of him. So we'll start at the 21st verse. And it says, how long has this been happening? Jesus asked the boy's father. He replied, since he was a little boy. The spirit often throws him into the fire or into the water, trying to kill him. Have mercy on us and help us if you can. What do you mean if I can? Jesus asked. Anything is possible if a person believes. The father instantly cried out, I do believe, but help me overcome my unbelief. So, if unbelief is blocking or hindering your faith, ask Jesus to help you to overcome that unbelief so that you can walk in the authority and faith that he has given you, so nothing and nobody can shake your faith. Now, I encourage you today to walk in the authority and faith therewith. That is today's Tuesday Truths. My name is Juanita Williams. I am a Purpose Conduit. I am the link to Life Beyond Pain and the channel to Discovering Purpose. And this is today's Tuesday Truths. You have a wonderful week. God bless you. May he make his face shine upon you and give you peace. I will see you next week. God willing. Bye-bye now.